Nyamana mudi tumo hono ba ko ne se oba CD no ba bi obi abechin dia koma IGP. Na walo ko no.
Arresting.
But CD no still no. And shed especially against the US dollar.
Aye.
And yet to send ya woka so be no.
Oh, actually.
And that's so sad bajanas ha.
No. I think that I'm
Mr. Machema, living on my acido, na nena vie waseo, my acido, na nena vie waseo. Ghana, yaya mobodo, yaya mobokrado. Yetisikaso is welcome there. Yetisikaso is welcome there. Onyakupon mame kwana meba. Ye bani ama the sesa. Sande me nina. Ama sikano. Ele banso. Otuye bro. Akana sesa.
In the first 2 years of an MPP administration, under this Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication program, where every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities. Under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
6 years ago, despite our best efforts, the people of Ghana decided to entrust the management and administration of this country into the hands of the NPP. They did so in the hope that the many mouth-watering promises that were made to them would translate into meaningful action that will mark an improvement in their living conditions and the general well-being of our country. My brothers and sisters, 6 years on, those hopes have been dashed. Instead of the prosperity and progress that was promised, the last 6 years have been perhaps the most difficult and challenging period of our history as a country. This government has been clueless and in many ways callous. The unthinkable has happened, and our country today is broken on all fronts. Government officials continue to exhibit high levels of greed, corruption, arrogance of power, dishonesty, blatant state capture, and conflict of interest.
This is Matt from Matt Multimedia. By now, every Ghanaian should have made a decision whom they are going to vote for. By now, you should know whom you are going to vote for because you have lived the term of NDC. Their turn was over. What did they do that changed the lives of the people in Ghana? We gave NPP another chance to come back to power. What decisions did they take to change the current situations that we are facing? What did the NPP do differently from the previous government that we can boast and say that the NPP deserve to come back to power, or NDC deserve to come back to power? As a nation, what can we boast of that we can say the NDC people did for the country that they deserve to be back to power? Or what can we say the NPP are doing that we need to continue to give them the mandate to continue this year? Can we boast and say that Baumia deserves the steer to control our nation? Can we be boastful of that? If we can do that, then you can go ahead and vote for them. But if the answer is no, that you can't boast, you can be proud of the things that NPP have done over these years, then we say that enough is enough. Let's vote them out of power. All these politicians are yearning to come back to power again. There should be something in there for them to go to the extra mile to going to come back to power again.
Yabo!
Kennedy Agyapong is not a serious guy. I have lost it for him. Kennedy Agyapong is a liar. He's a joker. Hi! Run up to this presidential campaigns, my brother, my sister, for his party, the NPP. What did he not say about Bawumia? If the foundations are weak, the exchange rate would expose you. He said Bawumia had nothing to offer. All of a sudden, maybe they dangled some carrots in front of him. I didn't know Kennedy Agyapong was this low and loose. I met Kennedy Agyapong personally, and he told me, Blakk Rasta, never ever would I campaign for Bawumia. He ended up by saying, Chia.
So my question that I'm going to ask Ghanaians to help you make the right decision in this coming election is this: what at all is NDC bringing on board that is going to change the economic situations that we are currently facing in Ghana? That there is no money in the system. That is what they say. But Ghana, we have a lot of money. There is money in our country, but corruption has overtaken the nation. We have corrupt leaders who don't think about the poor people in Ghana. What at all is the NDC going to bring back? After so many years, we've given them the mandate. They couldn't do anything. What is going to be different from what they are proposing to us now? What is going to be different from what they have done over the years? And these are the questions that Ghanaians should be asking themselves. That if I vote for NDC, what is new that the NDC administration is going to bring on board that will cause a drastic turnaround in terms of our economy in Ghana, in terms of the problems that we are facing in Ghana, in terms of the high prices of fuel that we are having in Ghana? What at all is the NDC and MPP going to do new that they haven't done before that is going to cause a complete turnaround when it comes to job creation in our country? What new policies are MPP and NDC, something new that they are bringing on board that you can say that yes, indeed, they deserve my vote? These are the questions that every Ghanaian who is currently living in Ghana should be asking themselves those kind of questions as we head towards elections. These are the simple questions that the Ghanaians should ask themselves and find answers for those questions and make the right decision to vote for the right person to come to power and to help our nation get to the place that we want our nation to be. What at all is the MPP and NDC is going to offer Ghanaians that will bring a drastic change when it comes to the value that most foreigners place on Ghana? We have lost respect in the eyes of the international communities. So what at all is the MPP and NDC going to do differently that will put back the respect that the international communities had for Ghana? Right now, if you hold a Ghanaian passport, this is my passport right here. This is my Ghanaian passport. And I'm going to tell you a story that happened almost 2 years ago. I was traveling with a very good friend of mine who is a Ghanaian and lives in UK, has a UK passport and at the same time a Ghanaian passport. So we met here in South America and we were transiting through Turkey. Istanbul was our transit point. So when I was buying my ticket, I was told that I am entitled to a hotel and I am entitled to food and a place as part of the ticket that I was purchasing. And my friend was told the same story, that he's entitled to a hotel outside the airport because our transit time was more than 21 hours. And according to the policy of the company we bought the ticket from, if you are staying in the airport for more than 7 or 8 hours, they offer you a place of rest, a hotel to rest in Turkey. And they also offer you food so that you can wait for your next flight in the next day. So I was happy. I bought the ticket over $2,000 and I got to the airport. And when they asked for my passport, I gave them my Ghanaian passport and my friend gave them his UK passport. And guess what happened? He was given this treatment and I was rejected. I was left to stay in the airport for 21 hours. transiting in the airport without food, without water. He was picked up, was taken to a hotel for him to rest, ate, enjoyed, relaxed, get ready for the next journey because it was a long flight. But I was left stranded in the airport. I had to walk around because there were no place to sleep, have a comfortable rest. For the journey that I was going to cover, I needed a lot of rest to be able to cover that journey to get to Ghana safely. But because I held a Ghanaian passport, because of my Ghanaian passport, look at the kind of treatment that was given to me. And because the same Ghanaian, by just holding a UK passport, look at the kind of treatment they gave him. Look at the hustle I had to go through for just holding a Ghanaian passport. This is just one of the stories. In El Salvador, which is in South America, if you hold a Ghanaian passport and you are transiting through that airport, because you hold just a Ghanaian passport, you have to pay $1,003 to be able to transit through El Salvador, just because you are a Ghanaian. So what at all is the NDC and MPP bringing on board to resolve some of these problems so that our passport as Ghanaian is valued, is respected, so that when I'm holding a Ghanaian passport, I am not treated less than someone holding a UK passport? What at all is the NDC and MPP bringing on board that will make visas easy accessible for us to even travel to South Africa? Look at the hustle you have to go through to even get a visa to go to South Africa on vacation. Travel to the United States, to travel to Canada, to travel to some of these interesting places just for vacation. Look at how difficult it is. So ask yourself this question: what at all is this government doing differently that they deserve us to vote them back to power? If you can answer this question, that we have good jobs as Ghanaians, our leaders, our MPP and NDC have been able to provide the people of Ghana good job for the people of Ghana to live the best of life that they deserve, then you can vote for MPP and NDC. If you think that the economy has taken a turn around, it's the best economy that we are ever living as Ghanaians, then they deserve to be voted back into power. But if you think otherwise, then let's vote them out of power. We don't have to choose loyalty over patriotism. We are patriotic first before loyal to this political party, because at the end of the day, it's Ghana first, not our political affiliations, not our political ideologies first. It's Ghana first. Every decision that you are taking has to be in the interest of our nation. If you're going to vote for Alan Martin, then you have to do that for the Ghanaian interest and not for your own interest. If you are going to vote for MPP, if you are going to vote for John Dramani Mahama, if you're going to vote for Nana Kwame Bediako, it should be for the interest of the nation, but not what we will get right now, but what the nation will benefit, so that the generations to come after us would also benefit and live quality and excellent life. That is all that Ghanaians we deserve. And that is what I'm here to help you today, to make the right decision on whom you are going to vote for this coming 2024 elections in December. Ask yourself, what is MPP and NDC, who are claiming they want to come back to power, make our country better when it comes to education? What are MPP and NDC going to do differently that when they come to power, our education system will be transformed? Look, in Ghana, we have the sun. Every day there is sun in Ghana. Throughout the year, we have sunshine, and we cannot tap into that energy, natural energy, to produce light, to solve the doomsday problem that we are having in Ghana. When you go to some of the countries, they don't have the sun, but they are using solar panels to produce energy for the homes. And we have the sun every blessed day, and we are not using that. Our leaders are not thinking into that, to make the energy prices low, because we have free energy from the sun. It's just a matter of the graduates coming out of the university designing the panels so that these panels can absorb the heat from the sun, produce energy that will be used to solve the doomsday problem that we have in our country. And this is the question you need to ask yourself. What at all is the MPP and NDC bringing on board that is new from what they have been doing over the years? Bring safety on our roads. There are so many accidents happening on our roads because we have bad roads in our country. People are dying. Every blessed day there are accidents. So what at all are MPP and NDC going to do this time around that is different from what they have done, that they deserve the vote of the people of Ghana, that they deserve to come back to power. Anyway, I'm going to tell you a realistic situation about the Ghanaian. Change is hard for the normal Ghanaian to happen. So let's look at some of my favorite quotes when it comes to change. According to Deepak Chopra, he says that all great changes are preceded by chaos. It's hard for Ghanaians to make this change. We are comfortable. We are used to MPP and NDC taking advantage of the people of Ghana, and we are in that comfort zone. We've been brainwashed by this MPP and NDC psychologically to believe that they are the solution to our problems. Change is what Ghana needs. According to Albert Aubert, nothing is permanent but change. NDC and MPP cannot be permanent forever. The only thing that is permanent is change. So we deserve to change them, vote them out of power. Because of the lies, because of the corruption in their government, they deserve a change, because change is the only thing that will be permanent. According to Jack Dixon, if you focus on results, you will never change. If you focus on change, you will get results. Let's take that again. Think about it carefully. If you focus on results, you will never change. If you focus on change, you will get results. If Ghana focuses on changing MPP and NDC right now in the current terrible situations, the economic crisis that our nation is going through, if Ghanaians would focus more on changing these governments, change these leaders, vote them out of power, and cause a change, we will get the result that we deserve. And that is the reality, and that is the truth. Repeating MPP and NDC, MPP and NDC, MPP and NDC, they are the same group of people who think about their own selfish interest. If it is not like that, if they don't think about their own selfish interest, why would Kennedy Agyapong, our most respected honorable in Ghana, the job creator in Ghana, the one who has a lot of followers in our country, why would he say so many ill things, evil, bad things about the MPP administration, Bawumia and Nanado, and then turn to campaign for them? It's because of what he is going to make when they come back to power. If the politicians think about the individual people, they think about the poor people in Ghana, they think about the Makolo women who are selling on the street. If our politician thinks about the KJTI market women and their development and their growth, then the Japan wouldn't have done that, wouldn't have made the U-turn. He should have insisted on what is right to be done. He should have insisted on telling the Ghanaians the truth about the reality happening in their political party. Kennedy Agyapong should have stand on his grounds, educate Ghanaians about what is happening in the MPP administration, what Bawumia and Nana Akufo-Addo are taking our country to. But because the politicians are the same people with the same clothes covering themselves, they cover each other. They cannot be patriotic. They cannot speak the truth, but they cover themselves and for their own selfish gains and their own selfish interests. I used to respect Honorable Kennedy Agyapong so much, but not following that path of exposing MPP and NDC and the wrong things they are doing, the cruelty that they are doing to the people of Ghana, I have lost a great fortune of respect for Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. If you are a graduate living in Ghana right now, you should think about what is the MPP going to bring on board that will put the priorities of the youth first over the priority of themselves and their families. What is the MPP going to do differently to solve the galamsey issue that we are having in our country that are damaging our waters? Because they themselves, the leaders themselves, are the owners of these galamsey sites. And they are working together with the Chinese people in destroying our water bodies. Because when you go to my village in the western region, we don't have access to this potable water. We drink from the streams. We drink from the water bodies. We drink from the lagoons and the rivers that we have. And our ancestors have been drinking from that same water. And the Chinese comes just because of their own selfish interest, just because of the selfish interest of the chiefs and the leaders in our country. They allow these water bodies to be destroyed. This coming election, make the right decision. Whom are you going to vote for? Alan Trematin, Bawumia, John Dramani Mahama, or Nana Kwame Bediako, who is new, vibrant, talks about industrializing our nation, talks about kicking the Chinese out to help save our water, save our land, help bring life back into our water body. Or you're going to continue voting for MPP and NDC to come back to power for their own selfish gains and their selfish interest. What at all is the MPP and NDC doing differently? Or are they going to do differently when we give them the mandate so that the import duties on vehicles that we bring into our country are reduced, are revised? We are paying a lot of taxes just to bring in a car from another country to Ghana. You buy a car of $2,000, and when you are going to ship it out of Ghana, you pay over $6,000. Is that the kind of leaders that we want for our country? That they cannot help resolve these problems that we are facing in our country. This coming election, let's vote for Nana Kwame Bediako, Cheddar, a new, vibrant, energetic individual who thinks about the youth, who cares about the generations to come, who cares about the future of our nation, who doesn't care about his own selfish interest, but has the nation's interest at heart. Let's vote for Nana Kwame Bediako, who is coming to power to industrialize our economy. Let's vote Nana Kwame Bediako, who is putting education as the #1 priority to transform our education system so that when our young graduates come out of the universities, they can work with their own hands. They can be productive to the growth and the development of our nation. Let's vote Cheddar into power for equality, equity in our nation, because you can see that the rich are getting richer and richer every now and then, and the poor are getting poorer and poorer and poorer every now and then, because there is no economic balance, because the rich are taking advantage of the poor. The poor people are working so hard for the rich to be rich all the time. We are not being paid what we deserve. Let's vote for Nana Kwame Bediako to come to power, to make sure that our economy gets on the path that every nation would respect Ghana. That when you hold a Ghanaian passport, every nation will salute you, will respect you. That you won't be given shady treatment because you hold a Ghanaian passport. That all Africa will look at Ghana with a different eye. That they will put some respect when they hear about Ghana. Let's vote for Nana Kwame Bediako so that the old people, the pensioners who have been neglected and they are not receiving the benefit that they deserve. Nana Kwame Bediako is coming to power, and he cares about these old people. He cares about the young. He cares about children. He cares about the youth. He cares about the future of our nation. Make the right choice now if you haven't decided whom you're going to vote for in this coming election. And in Ghana, let's make this coming election one of a success. Let's make this coming election one of the greatest achievements, that we can be bold and say that our nation made the right choice to elect Nana Kwame Bediako to power. Let this election be the change that our nation has been anticipating for so long. We haven't had any independent candidates to win elections in our country. Let this election be a historic one. Ghanaians, our mothers, our fathers, we are pleading. The youth of Ghana are pleading that vote for Nana Kwame Bediako so that we will make this history together, so that our country will be in the best of its states. If you're living in the United States, if you're living in Germany, if you're living in Australia as a Ghanaian and you are planning to go back these elections to vote, you know what is happening in those countries and what is happening in our country. Let's make the right decision. Thank you very much. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Work hard wherever you find yourself to be. If you are in the United States and you have to do 3-4 jobs a day, just keep pushing hard. If you find yourself in Germany and you have to work really hard to take care of yourself and your family back home, just keep pushing really hard. Just keep doing whatever you are doing. Don't give up. And if you are in Ghana and you are looking for a job, just keep pushing. Don't give up. There is light at the end of every tunnel. Take good care of yourself, guys. Let's make the right decision this coming election so that our nation can be proud of you, that you helped in making the change that brought development and growth, respect and honor to the motherland, Ghana. Thank you very much. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so. I must say that I'm so much grateful, Matt Multimedia. We are so much happy and grateful for the number of subscribers that we have been able to get over these few months. And thank you very much for keep coming back to watch every content that we upload. Thank you very much for your comments that you leave on every video that I make. Your comments are so precious to us. We try as much as possible to reply all the comments. Thank you very much. Peace out and take care of yourself. Vote wisely. Vote for Cheddar for the change that our nation deserves. Peace out.